Hi there, welcome to the Schwowin's Nest. My name is Sandra. Here on my channel, you'll see lots of farmhouse home decor, some thrift store flips, trash to treasure, and dollar store budget-friendly DIYs. I hope you'll stick around a while and hit that red subscribe button. Let's get going. This is a wine box that I picked up at the thrift store for $2.99. It's got this cute little rope handle on the one side, but the bottom's kind of fallen apart. So I'm just going to take some hot glue and glue those bottom pieces back together. I won't be putting anything too heavy in here. It'll be a decor piece, so I think just using hot glue will be enough. I'm going to remove the original rope handle, and then I'm going to take my drill and drill a couple of holes in on the other side, and at the end I'll be able to add some new rope handles. I've decided to paint it white, and I'm just using some eggshell latex paint in the color white. I don't know exactly what color white it is because there are so many to choose from, but this was one that I picked up at the Restore for 20 bucks. I couldn't pass that up, so whatever white color it is, it's gonna work for me. I'm gonna give this 2 coats. I'm also going to paint down the inside just probably about a third of the way, just so you don't see that raw wood. Using some folk art chalk paint in the color Maui Sand, it's a dark gray. I'm going to dry brush to give this more of a vintage and old rustic look. I'm going to add a label onto the box to make it look more old and authentic. I'm using this stencil from Jilly Bean Soup Stencils. I have this listed down in my description box if you're curious to see where they are or what they are. And I'm going to use my makeup sponge brush and the same dark gray Waverly chalk paint to just stencil in the word fresh. I started painting the word pumpkins underneath, and once I had it done, I really didn't like how the font turned out. So I decided to start over, which being the crafter that I am, if I don't like something and it's not up to my standards, I will redo it as many times as I need to get it right. So I'm going to repaint this white, re-dry brush it, and then start over. So here's the repainted box, and I've pulled out some of my dollar store stencils in sort of a farmhouse font, and I'm going to go ahead and stencil the word pumpkins underneath. This turned out much better, and I was very happy with the result. So after the fact, I went through my stash and found a gray marker. So I probably could have freehanded with the gray. I'm not sure that the Sharpie would have filled the letters in the way I like them, but I'm going to just use it to make a little bit of more dimension and 3D for the letters, kind of mimic what the letters are on top. They have those little lines to make them look a little bit more rustic. So I'm going to do the same thing with the word pumpkins. Since the box says fresh pumpkins on it, I thought it would be appropriate to add a couple of free-handed pumpkins on here. Now, painting pumpkins or drawing pumpkins is super easy. You start off with an oval shape, and then you just add bananas on either side, or if you want to call them quarter moons or whatever. Anyway, I'm just taking the little artist's brush and I'm dabbing it into the paint, and then I'm just doing sort of a pouncing technique, kind of like you would when you're stenciling, so it doesn't have a full painted look, but it has more of a stenciled and old look. The pumpkins are completely dry, so I've decided to do a little bit of dry brushing with the white just to give them more of an aged look. The other thing I'm going to do is something that I kind of found out by accident when I was doing this piece. I took my brush and I pounced it like I would be doing a stencil. It'll come up here in just a second. And it made the letters and the pumpkins look even more rustic. I just thought, you know what, I needed a little bit more texture to them, and this made them look really fantastic. So I'm going to be using this technique probably more often. Now comes the fun part, adding all of the other elements into this box to make it have a nice fall flair. So I'm using this napkin that I picked up at Kirkland's a couple of years ago when I happened to be in Texas on vacation. And I don't normally buy things from Kirkland's. I think they are a little bit more expensive, but I loved walking through the store and I couldn't pass up these napkins. I got 2 of them, I think. So I'm just going to lay this on top, and then I'm going to start placing some pumpkins and some pine cones in and give it a really nice fall tabletop decor feel. Once I got finished putting all of these pumpkins the way I wanted them to be, I totally forgot that I didn't add the rope handles. I didn't film that portion of it either because I didn't realize it until a few days later. So what I've got is just some nautical rope that I'm going to just feed through the holes, tie a knot on the inside, and then have the handles sticking out. This is what my little box looks like. I think it's just adorable. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, I'd love for you to stick around by hitting that red subscribe button, and you can also click the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. See you in the next one.